Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have the Roar Rock Johnson with 1,112 rating versus Deadly B7 with 1,428 rating, so it's going to be another high rated DB video. Also, make sure to go ahead and check out Deadly B7's Twitch, link down below at the very top of the description. I'm also going to be commentating a live Iron Man with him coming up this week on Thursday, so make sure to go ahead and follow him. And then hopping right in, we are going to go ahead and see a few ties, and then we're going to see B7 win the rock, paper, scissors shoot, and then they will go ahead and decide to go first. 41 versus 45. Opening hands, we have Branded Fusion, Branded in red, Aluber opening, and then Fallen of Albaz, so no going second cards. They have Ogre, Vessel, Imperm, Adara, and Ogre, so can't tell exactly what deck they're on yet. They're going to special summon, link off, go for Monk, activate Vessel. I'd have to assume, because it's 41, that it's probably just like actual SwordSoul. Special Vashuda, Ashina, Banish. And then that's going to go ahead and summon out Adara. Yeah, it's actually just, for sure just regular SwordSoul. Grandmaster effect to go search. And then this will go ahead and search out Blackout. You know, deciding to not end on a lot. I mean, it's still like a good amount. Just not trying to like, you know, make another Synchro 8. Like, this is fine. They have Blackout, Imperm, Ogre, Grandmaster. That's 4 interruptions. They draw Bell. Activate the opening. Does that just discard Bell? I mean, Bell's not very good against their deck. I guess they just get rid of Jester. Special or Aluber. And then summon Aluber. Aluber effect. They're going to chain Grandmaster to go ahead and try to negate that. Oh, that's why they dumped that, because they want to go ahead and dodge. What do they search, though? Because they already have Branded Fusion. So does it really matter? They're going to let that go. Get rid of those. Go in the Quaddle. And then go search out Branded Fusion. Also, I get asked a lot, why do I call Pepega Ruler, or Chaos Ruler Pepega Ruler? Well, I call it that because of this man right here. He called it that, and then he also called the Skull Dread, the Sayuja Skull Dread or something like that, like Pepega Skull Dread. I forget what he called that, but I like how the Pepega Ruler one sounded, so I just like stole it from him. But I'm gonna go main phase, activate Branded Fusion. That's gonna dump Tragedy and Albaz, summon out the Lullaby, and then also I think I was wrong about the 2 Fallen of Albaz. I think I don't know. I want this. I think I was wrong about, not wrong. Like, the deck right now, the Despia deck, if we were to just take, like, the most common lists, right now, I think the deck is horrible, but I think the deck needs to be closer to being solved until it's actually good. So I know it did well at a whole bunch of regionals this weekend, but, like, I mean, those are just regionals. Like, they don't mean that much, but I do think the deck can definitely be more of a threat as time goes on and we learn the deck a lot more. Then we're going to go ahead and chain Imperm to this. So they're still going to get a Tragedy Search. Yeah, they're just lagging there, they said, though. So go grab Aluber. They are playing 3 Aluber, which definitely makes me think that they're not playing the Brave Token stuff. They're going to use the effect. So I'll go ahead and make both of these 0 attack. They clicked it and said yes, question mark. But they're going to attack. They're probably thinking if they want to activate Blackout. Now, this card would get its effect if they do get hit with Blackout, which will allow them to special summon either a Fallen of Albaz or a Despia. And yeah, they're just thinking here if it's worth it. Yeah, just let it get beat over. Because otherwise, like, they summon Fallen of Albaz. I don't know. If they summon Fallen of Albaz and use the effect, you're like, ah, cool, Ogre. And there's not a Despia that would really be good here that, like, is actually played. Like, what are they going to do? Summon out a Tragedy or an Adlib. Then they're going to beat over Monk. This was negated, by the way, so it's gonna attack, draw Ash, right? Actually, might want to go over this just to make sure. For the rest, yeah, okay. So this can still attack, and they draw Ash. I was fairly certain. I've definitely read over that before. After I made the mistake in the one wager I posted with this deck. Special summon out Ashina, get rid of that, go for Monk. Then they're gonna activate Arturo effect, banish to add back the other Arturo. And then special summon Arturo, Ashina effect. I will go ahead, tag out special summon Bushuda. Go for Grandmaster, and then Grandmaster effect. Go search Taya. And like Bell is just so bad versus SwordSoul, it's insane. Taya effect, banish Monk. Like, I don't know, it can hit some things. Like 001, that's cool. Hitting 001's decent, but hit what Baxt summons back is not very crazy. They're going to activate the Quaddle effect here, just making all these 0 attack. And then they're going to get the Taya to dump Ashina, Baxia effect, pop to try to summon back. And they're just letting this go. Could have went ahead and hit that with Bell. But Chao Feng is not really scary. So attack, pass, no, this is 0 attack for the turn, so it's not going to do anything. I guess like Chao Feng kind of is scary because like there's blackout. So it's like, but I guess you want to just use this as a discard for an effect. That's probably why they decided to hold it. Now standby phase, main phase. Could also tragedy effect in the graveyard, banish to go set one of these if they want to, fusion. So activate Imperm, target Grandmaster, negate it, negate the negate. Normal summon Fallen of Albaz, effect discard Chain Ogre, which is just going to completely shut this down because this has to use itself as a fusion material. I actually messed up with that in a video not long ago. I said, why didn't like Nesh just chain droplet the Fallen of Albaz effect to dodge skill drain? But it's like that just wouldn't work, so that's why not. Said, dang me. Tragedy, banish, set branded in red. Which I guess it's like they can't go for fusion because now they don't have a Fallen of Albaz anywhere. They could have done it before because you can send from hand. It's like there's no way they played 3, so they're gonna set. And this just means like they for sure lose. They're going to attack. I said, do they play something they can fusion into? I doubt it. I got nothing to fuse anyways. Yeah, it's like they can still activate the add back. You don't have to fusion with this card. Going on into the next game now, we're going to go ahead and we are going to see the branded deck go first. Opening hands, we have Branded Fusion, Crossed Out Designator, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Infinite Impermanence, and Water Enchantress of the Temple. I knew I could say all these cards' names. There's somebody that commented and they're like, oh, Konami's not going to let you commentate till you could say every card's full name. I even know the commentators now don't do that, and they all, more than half the commentators now don't even know what cards do. Oh my gosh, I was watching a old match. It would have, I don't remember what format it was. I watched a few old formats recently though, and the commentators were just like, hold on, let me see what this card does. Hold on, let me see what this other card does. And I'm just sitting there like, if you've played the metagame even a little bit at that point in time, you would instantly know the answers to those questions and not even like have to think about it, right? So they were just messing up so much. Oh, and then also I watched the finals of the YCS Vegas 3v3. Like I think it was the last event before the pandemic where Dominic Couch won. It was actually so funny because he was like, okay, go for this, like Purgatrio, this and that, attack for game, and his opponent's like, wait. And it was like obviously game, and he's like, think, hold on, think, hold on, think. And he thought for like 2 minutes while he was like attacking for game in the finals, the last match. And you could like, it was just so whack. He was just like stalling for something. Like he had the Spiral Trap Engraver to summon, but Purgatrio does piercing. I just thought it was like one of the funniest finals like moments I've ever seen because it was just like, what was that? Then they have Cosmic, Vishuda, Imperm, Adara, and Ashna. So they have all 3 Tenyis, a Cosmic, and Imperm to try to break the board. But this hand is pretty good. Opening up a Fusion plus a Crossout or a Temple, you know, a way to make it so that way this can't get hit with Ash is pretty good. And they're not using Temple at first, which means they're probably going to be discarding their Despia later on, right? Or maybe they were thinking that they could be a discard Crossout later on. Because you have to have a discard for Fateful. But they're going to cross out that. Maybe they're also trying to play around draw as best as possible. Put those out, bring out Mirror Jade, and then Temple effect. Banish, go search right. Activate right, special summon token, bring out Fateful. Fateful effect, grab Griffin, and then they're going to discard Adlib, special summon out Griffin. See, we don't know if that would have been his original play or not. I wonder if he just didn't get hand trapped what he was going to go for exactly. I think that would have been interesting. So, Fateful to go search, grab Draco back. Then they're going to set one, end phase, Mirror Jade. So, send the Abalon, or Albion. Everyone's also saying I'm saying this card's name wrong, but it sounds like I'm saying it right. And then pass, draw Vessel. Now they said think. Activate Cosmic, target branded in red. Chain Griffin Rider to negate that. And they're going to activate the Tenyi Ashna, summon out. Said think on summon. Are they going to go ahead and brand it in red? It's like, yeah, I don't think so. So get rid of Ashna, go for Monk. Now they're going to activate the branded in red. So they waited until Monk got used. So add back the Adlib, get rid of the token, Adlib and Ash, go for Guardian, Chimera, and then effects. So Adlib, special summon back out Mirror Jade, draw 2, pop Monk, and they draw Lancia. Oh, that's so good. I guess they just wanted them to go through a Monk because they know that Mirror Jade would be able to go through another Monk. And a lot of people are only on 2 Monk. So like that just like wipes those out, but alright, they're gonna go ahead and Mirror Jade get that out of here now. And then Adara special summon out. Then get rid of that, go for Monk, on summon, drop Lancia, activate Vessel. So Vessel's gonna dump Mo Yi, add Adara, normal summon Adara, turn those into Needle Fiber effect, chain Imperm on that, and now moving on into game 3. We are going to get to see the SwordSoul Tenyi deck go first. I would definitely say they have the advantage here. We have Lancia, Imperm, Aluber, Foolish Burial, and Fallen of Albaz. So 2 going second cards. I guess you can kind of count Fallen of Albaz as a going second card. Kind of situational. They have Adara, Anti-Spell 001, Ecclesia, and Vishuda. So special summon out Vishuda, turn that into a Monk. Special summon out Adara. Oh, this hand just gets destroyed. Needle Fiber effect, they're letting this go through. You know, letting them make the Mechan Phantom Beast, and then effect, chain Imperm on that. Summon Ecclesia, and then Ecclesia effect. That will go ahead, tag out for Taya, on summon, Lancia, set anti-spell pass, draw. Oh, so they do have draw for cross out. But also them flipping anti-spell is like kind of okay for them because otherwise it's like a random unknown set. To where now it's like, cool, I just summoned Fallen of Albaz, and we're fine. Discard, fusion those off, go for Mirror Jade, battle phase, beat over Taya, and then set Foolish, pass, draw Ash Blossom, and then pass, draw Branded in red, activate Foolish, and they're letting this go. They could Ash Blossom it, but I guess they want them to get Tragedy out of deck. They might side down to 1 Tragedy going second. Attack, main phase 2, set, pass, but you know, this Bean Engraver does have an effect that could come up. Oh, they drew Ash, so it actually will come up. They draw right, and then activate the Branded Fusion, chain Ash Blossom on that, so Keck. Then battle phase attack, main phase 2. We're going to see Tragedy effect, banish, set the branded fusion, putting a lot of pressure on you though. They have the top deck. They can't be a spell, so they can't desires until they blank. They have Mirror Jade. Set. Pass. Looks like they're laggy. They said you there, thumbs up. End turn, you can play. I don't see the button. Probably Buck. 3 Ash in a row. GG. And yeah, we don't see them say GG's back. Unfortunate. But we see anti-spells there. Anti-spell being a pretty strong card going first. Just shutting off like all the spells. Like especially with like Right. Right's a very strong spell. It's activate anti-spell. You have like Grandmaster. And then just like another synchro depending on what you have, or a blackout. Like that can be really oppressive versus some decks, especially this deck, because this deck's like based off of, you know, spell cards. But they did have the Fallen of Albaz double hand trap, which was really good against what the opponent had. The match was only 24 minutes long. It's actually kind of crazy. But like I said, make sure to go ahead and follow DeadlyB7 on Twitch. I will leave a link to his Twitch link down below at the very top of the description. I will be commentating with him very soon, Thursday. It's gonna be a huge Iron Man. I think it's like it's $600 per team Iron Man, so like a pretty expensive one. And yeah, that'll be cool. But with that being said, I'm also gonna I'll save it when the time comes. But with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.